Hey guys, Sandie here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm playing with some Velveteen Glazes and the cutting die of the month, which is called Wild Things. So it has a giraffe, a monkey, a lion, and of course the word wild thing. There's also a vine and some leaves. So I did my glitter glaze got glitter glaze on the mind, people. Did my Velveteen Glaze and I'm letting it dry. I used a couple different colors, and I also mixed in some brown chroma mist. So my 3 colors have made multiple colors. Now this one, I actually took my brush, my silicone brush, and went like this on it so that it would give me a texture on my Velveteen Glaze, because I figured if I did a variety, it would look better when I cut out my animals. So let's see what I can do. Alright guys, so I have decided which colors I want to use for my animals, and then I'm going to pull apart the dies and go ahead and run them through my die cut machine. Now I'm just using a small die cut machine because the dies fit on it perfectly. No need to pull out the big mamba jamba if your small one works. So now that I have figured out which colors I want to use and which pieces I want to use, I'm going to go ahead and adhere them together. I love the fact that I can use my Velveteen Glazes to create the perfect shades of color that I want. Now I did mix them together, you guys, so there are a variety of colors that I put down on these white cardstocks. So this little giraffe is adorable. Let's be real. I am using a pokey tool to go ahead and poke out. Actually, that's not a pokey tool. That's actually an X-Acto knife because my pokey tool couldn't really find it in that moment, and I wanted to push out the bits out of the die. So an X-Acto knife works too, fun fact. Now I am figuring out exactly which bits need to go where. Now the great thing about these dies is when you make the die cuts, you can kind of use them as a template, like a puzzle kind of thing. Like, so my giraffe's little nostril holes went perfectly where they were supposed to be because I had the whole snout already die cut. Now I'm going to also die cut out the word wild thing. That is one of the die cut words as well, and I'm die cutting that in 2 different colors so that I can have the shadow and the letters themselves. So when you do this, I decided to go ahead and leave the shadow and the letters together as one coordinating die. You could separate them if you want to, but to me it makes the most sense to leave it this way, so that is what I did. I get the words put back into the die, and then once that is done, I think that's all I'm going to do with the pieces, and then I'm actually going to get going to create my card. Now you guys know that my cards are not, I don't want to say they're not clean, but they're not clean. I do enjoy mixed media bits on cards, and I enjoy hand-drawn things. I enjoy cards that kind of look like my scrapbook pages. So with that being said, I'm going to have some sketchy lines on here, and if that stresses you out, I'm so sorry, you don't want to do that. So now I am fussy cutting out some bits to go ahead and have my word phrase on a solid background so that I can keep it all in one piece. Now I'm pulling out that awesome paper pad. I'm just kind of looking at it to figure out what I want to bring in, which leaves I like best with my die cut animals, and I like these big kind of fluffy leaves right here. So I'm going to cut out a couple of those so that I can layer them up on my card. Again, I like layers of my scrapbooks. I like layers of my cards. I am using a white card base, and I am putting these leaves down here on this left-hand side. I'm just trying to figure out where they will go so that I can put my animals on top of them. So the lion is going to sit in front of the giraffe a little bit, and then I want it to put on the wild thing, but I felt like that needed a leaf as well. So I'm going to anchor the word there with the leaf. So now I'm looking at this and I'm like, it needs something. I'm not exactly sure what it needs, but it does need something. I decide to fill in something over here. What am I filling in? Oh, the nose. Filling in a little bit more on my lion, and then after I fill in these little bits to kind of make them just darker, I decide that I needed to do a sketchy border around the outside of the card, and you can see it here in the close-ups. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.